Hi, I'm Dr. Reuben Chen. I am the Chief Medical Advisor at Sunrider International, and I am the host of Sunrider's Vital Signs podcast, the show that keeps a finger on the pulse of health and wellness. Our mission is about helping people live healthy lives that are full of happiness and fulfillment. Sunrider creates the very best plant-based products for your health, beauty, and home. We hope you enjoy the podcast. Hello, Eric. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. So first of all, I know for those of you who are new, um, who who are you and what is your background?
Well, I am Eric Chen, and I am your brother, so that's one
Yes.
thing. I when I guess before I started here, I was studying chemistry. I studied biochemistry, organic chemistry, a lot of anything with the chemistry in the name of it. I was looking at. And right now, what I do is I look over our manufacturing facilities. We went through a major move. We are slowly but steadily increasing our production and getting a lot of stuff out there, and it's been amazing. It's been a kind of a wild ride, and it's been, yeah, kind of crazy, but it's
Yeah.
good.
So I know that a lot of people will wonder, why did we decide to move from Los Angeles to Texas?
Well, there's a lot of different reasons, and I've enumerated many of them before. It just makes more business sense to be over here in Texas, and that's probably one of the primary goals. We want to be able to make things more efficiently, redo how we run the operations, be more efficient in how we produce our products, our yields. And one of the other things that is beneficial of a more central U.S. location, we have access to different types of ports and the kind of benefits that go along with that.
And when you mean efficient, what do you mean by efficient?
Well, when we moved out here, we kind of went through and relaid out how we uh, laid out the manufacturing facility so that we're more efficient with usage of space, with usage of people's time. It also gave us the opportunity to go through and upgrade a lot of our proprietary equipment. We want to make things that didn't require as much energy to heat. We have to do concentration extraction. We have different types of packaging. We've gone through and looked at how can we be more efficient while also targeting being more market friendly.
The reason why I mentioned this is that I don't, you know, Sunrider is known to make cutting edge products. But in order to make cutting edge products, we want to have the best cutting edge machines that help us to manufacture our products. And a lot of the machines that we have used in the past are amazing, but we have been eyeing new machines to help us with our manufacturing process, our packaging process for a while. And we
Yeah,
have the opportunity with the move to get more efficient and better packaging.
yeah, we've gone through and we've tried to make some of our envelopes smaller. As you kind of see, we're moving over to stick packs that uses sort of less material. The boxes we're trying to get those a little bit smaller. We're also looking at you know sourcing our material from different places as well. Being over on this side, I was talking about access supports where we're looking at different areas where we can source material. We're trying to also, with the changeover, be more energy efficient in the processing.
So everybody knows you are not in some kind of studio. This is actually a lab at Sunrider, where things are done and made in our research and development lab.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is actually our food lab, and this is kind of where we go through and look at all of the different types of ingredients. We study ingredients, we study how we can concentrate and formulate different types of things. That's all done in this lab right here.
So, with Sunrider, we have a lot of herbs, a lot of natural ingredients. What is the process of us figuring out what kind of ingredients are best to be put into the products, and then how do we find the sources of those ingredients?
Well, we go through and we actually go through a lot of rigorous testing. We get samples of every type of ingredient. We look at different types of profiles that of different ingredients, how we want to concentrate, um, what kinds of extracts that we can do, concentration profiles. We look at all of these different things on an individual basis, how they work synergistically together in producing a final product. We also look at a lot of different vendors. We will take multiple samples from different vendors, and you know, I've heard people talk about organic, and yeah, we can do organic things. The problem with trying to get herbs that are all certified organic is a lot of our sources, where we're trying to reach out to smaller vendors, people who do unique types of herbs, or they grow in different places, and the cost of getting that organic certification is quite high, and it's difficult to do that. But we look at the process that they use to manufacture, to sort of pick the herbs, to make sure that they're all in accordance with our vision of Sunrider.
So what is our vision of Sunrider when you are figuring out the best ingredients to bring into our products?
Well, when we're looking at our products, it really goes back to the philosophy of regeneration that Dr. Chen has talked about and built Sunrider on. We talk about foods. We want to make sure that we're bringing in the best quality foods. So, we're not just, picking old material. We want to find the best quality of material, be able to dry that, to preserve, to sustain that, preserve that in that food form as we are going through our process. And it's probably one of the biggest things. And then we look at, the multitude of variety of different types of foods that we could put together to create our products. Alpha 20C, we have our quinary, those things are looking at a bunch of different things, how they work together, and in what kinds of ratios that we put them in, and to be able to make, what we have for everybody else.
Yeah. Again, and this is, I think, something that's unique here because we're a family-owned company, is that we take all of our own products. So we have a vested interest just personally in having high quality ingredients in everything because we take it, our families take it, all of our products. And we obviously highly recommend our products because we are probably some of the biggest consumers
Yeah,
of our own products that we make.
yeah. My wife was very upset that we're trying to get all the product out, and I told her, I can't bring any of it back home, and she's been kind of upset with me that I'm not bringing it back home.
Yeah. Hey, I understand that feeling. So, and when you talk about vendors, where people are always asking, what countries or what farms or where do we get our ingredients from? Is it always like one
Well,
place, or do we go to different
no, we
places?
get it from a lot of different places. We don't disclose where the farms are, but they do come from all over the world, from Asia, from South America. Some come from Europe side, so they do come from all over. And we look for quality of land, for quality of material that comes out of it, and we try to build long-term relationships with these places.
Yeah. And for people who don't know, especially for herbs, the location is also very important because the dirt that it comes from or where it's grown, that'll give the herbs a different kind of nutrient base. So things will act differently when it's combined if say it comes from Washington State versus comes from South America or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at different types of fruit. Fruit that comes from oranges from Fiji, oranges from other places. They look different. Apples, pears. They're all different depending on where they're grown.
Yeah, definitely. So, as Sunrider is moving forward with our Texas plant, what are some of the visions that we have uh, for Sunrider for our Texas plant moving forward to help with sustainability, to help with trying to make our Earth healthier?
Well, one of the things that we're trying to do, I mean, like I said, we're trying to be very energy efficient in how we process, and that goes along with schedule and how we move our products around. We're also looking at different ways to improve our packaging. I know that my sister has talked about, what are different ways that we can reduce packaging sizes while still being getting the consumer everything that they're looking for. We're trying to, and that some of that will require us moving to different form factors, and so all of that's happening in R&D right now. We're looking at different form factors, reduce packaging size while still keeping the same amount of product. Um, there's turning some things from liquids to solids. There's a lot of different things that are on the plate that are happening here in R&D that I am not at liberty to talk about
I
right
know
now
we've got so
until
many
we're a
plans
little bit
ahead.
closer.
Yeah. But one of the things that we've been doing, I know with the skincare line, is that we've been looking at different types of um, containers and bottles that use
Mm-hmm.
a special kind of resin. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so we have looked at various different types of resin. We've looked at bioresin. We've looked at other types of things. One of the ones that we thought we were going to move along with ended up being a larger carbon footprint than what we were leaving behind. And so that stalled out that process while we looked for other sources, something more sustainable and, more bio-friendly to the environment. So it's not just, can this material biodegrade, but what goes making it the total carbon footprint, and that we thought that was important to our consumers. It's important to us, and so when we saw that decision, saw those problems, we put a halt on that while we investigated further, just to be certain that we're not just saying it's better, but it actually is better for the environment.
Yeah, actually, that was something that I was surprised on. I mean, the bioresin that we were looking at sounded really great, but they incorporate a lot of energy to even create it. Actually, more than our previous, which is makes you sort of
Mm-hmm.
wonder some of the claims that people have. But yeah,
Yeah,
so what?
we're not here just to make claims. We're here
Right.
to really be better for the environment. So we are looking at all of those different things. It was brought to our attention. We thought it was fine, and it could just be that vendor or that source. And so we are reaching out to other sources. We're looking at different things. You know, it's part of the research process.
Yeah. And obviously, we're not the packaging that we're using. One of the essential components of our packaging is that it is not only safe to use, but also safe to keep our products inside for however long it needs to be used. And then when you throw it
Mhm.
away, it's not going to become horrible waste
Yes.
on the planet.
Yeah. Stability is super important. That's very important.
Yeah. Eh, eh, Yeah, we actually one of the things that we do at Sunrider with stability testing is we actually have to not only test the stability of our product, but test our product inside the packaging to see how it helps protect our product, which I think is pretty unique.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we do with everything that's coming through right now.
Yeah, so stability is a big deal. Um, what are some other things that are planned for Texas plant? And I know everybody is mostly wondering like how are operations going and things going with production at Texas
I
plant.
mean, operations are definitely top priority. We are looking at operation wise how to be more efficient with with what we have here, and there's a lot of different moving parts, and things have been going really well on that aspect. There's still hurdles to jump, but we are able to do that. We're looking, not for one shift. We're looking for that second shift of people. We're also looking at in terms of operation wise, that's probably the major focus that we're doing. And then the other thing that we are doing is all of the research and development, products, packaging, all of this is still ongoing, so that when we have the capacity to introduce more new products, we're going to be able to move right into that. So we're nonstop over here in the R&D labs. I've actually had to kick out a bunch of people just a second ago because they're raring to get back to some more formulation.
Yeah, I know it's a busy place, so nobody is sitting on their hands, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So uh, um as we are getting everything ramped up at TXP, what are some things that, especially to our independent business owners and our customers, what is the message that you want to really push forward with as we are getting things ramped up and products are getting out there?
Well, I want people to know that we're working as hard as we can, but the other thing that we're trying to do is we want to improve our quality. Now that we're here, we want our products to be even better than they were before. And there is a learning process. We are improving, and just to talk with the managers, let support them. They're trying to support all of the field. Let them know concerns. We're here to really serve all of our IBOs, our ABOs, our business associates, our customers. We're here to support them in all that we can do.
Yeah, and part of that is obviously our staff at Texas plant. They have been working tirelessly to get up to speed on some of the new machines and being able to work with some new processes. I think we have been training. I think over 90% of our staff in TXP has been new, and we have been working really hard to get them up to speed to create the same products at a higher quality at TXP.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's been a process. Okay, well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Real quick, so that I know that people are going to be asking. So we're in the R&D department. What kind can we talk about anything new in R&D, or is this something that we have to look forward to at our upcoming conventions?
I think these things, I've been known to say too much. So we're probably going to have to let marketing decide what they want to talk about, because there are things that we're planning out pretty soon. There are things that are a little bit further away. I'm gonna let them talk about it.
Yeah.
They'll be excited.
But needless to say, we have some new products on that are going to be coming out, and they're in all ranges of our product lines. So I know we have some upcoming regional conventions, and we're going to be sharing some cool updates at our North America, and I know in Europe and our Asian regional conferences. Our focus has been on getting our tried and true products out to everybody, and that has been a huge priority for us.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. As people are like literally in the background over there,
Yeah, they're
probably
walking
asking
in
you
and out and
to
still doing
move.
stuff. It's okay. Thanks.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you liked this episode, please subscribe to our channel, and if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Instagram for more healthy living inspiration and tips at Sunrider International.